You are listening to High School 510, where sports is the plane, comedy is the pilot, and the sweet Chiba is our jet fuel. Please sit back and enjoy the ride.
Whoever designed bathroom stalls, if they did a better job of making them more slightly spacious, or welcoming, or just change the direction of the doors open in the motherfucker. I'm tired of these tiny ass. It's tiny, I know, but I want to be able to stretch out. And when I open the door to leave the motherfucker, I don't want it to open in where it's pushing me back against the toilet.
Next thing I know, I got toilet piss from the toilet on the back of my car.
Bruh, I got the toilet rub, which is basically that drippage that hits all the front of the toilet seat that just most people don't know about, and it just ends up drying up there, and you just have a nice coating of dried up piss on there. The doors open in. Make the door open out. Nobody else needs to worry about touching dirty ass toilets when they in the walkway in front of the bathrooms. Stop making the doors open in. Every time I'm sitting there acting like I'm in Cirque du Soleil trying to contort myself so I don't touch that goddamn dry rub of piss.
All right, quick hitters is our popcorn segment, guys. So basically, we give it a subject, we kind of bounce around, give takes on it, take turns, just hop in and out. So quick hitters. Quick hitters.
Bang, 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 bang.
All right, quick hitters. Aaron, what do we have for quick hitters?
Our first quick hitter for today is AB is going to file 9 grievances to try to recoup some of the money he's lost during these last few weeks.
He wild, B.
If he get that money, he's basically gonna be the highest paid wide receiver, 61 million.
Yeah.
Come on,
The highest paid unplayed.
Shout out to Antonio Brown. If I remember correctly, just a couple weeks ago, you was talking about, I'm free, my grandmama, they free me.
I'll be free. He was telling like, homeboy, I'm going to stop the way he was yelling. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that, AB.
I'm not mad at him.
Hey,
It's your bread, Pippin.
shout out to Antonio Brown. If you do get any of that money back, sponsorship.
Let me hold some.
Shit, Antonio Brown, look for getting a sponsorship in Hanes socks or some kind of thick socks you could wear into a cryogenic freezer.
Shout out to Antonio Brown for trying to get $29 million back from the Raiders when all you had to do was just be there Monday morning.
You know what, Antonio Brown, I have no problem with you recouping that money from the Raiders. Al Davis cheated the city of Irwindale out of a lot of millions of dollars just to claim he was thinking about moving the team there. So you get any money off the Raiders, go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to AB. He's also trying to get his unpaid week 1 salary of $860,000. like Negro. From
Patriots?
From Oakland.
Oh,
Like no, nigga, you wasn't on the team, nigga. You were cut. Shout out to Antonio Brown for showing up at his hearing with the CVS receipt, talking about they owe me this, that, and the other. I got a coupon here. Can I recoup this coupon here? Hey, shout out to Antonio Brown. I hope that you play out this entire proceedings on Instagram Live and Twitter Live. Sponsorship.
Antonio Brown, good job using that for your apps. I think you use Instagram for your banking. That's when because you know how much money you have in it when you don't pay people and they try to hit you up on Instagram to get their money. You use it for your news.
Dude, shout out.
You need to know what's going on. And I know we all know he used it for his dating app too.
Shout out to Antonio Brown for talking about unpaid salaries when this motherfucker has currently like 4 or 5 people trying to recoup money that he ain't paid them for work they've done for him.
I think he got CTE.
He got the C, the T, and the E. Oh, a question I was meaning to ask Kevin, you and Gerald, because of the whole Antonio Brown thing, when he did purposely get himself cut, basically, he did everything to try and force the Raiders to cut him before he could get his $30 million guaranteed. If he had just been there for another 24 hours instead of doing the dumb shit he did, what job would it have to be? How bad would your job have to be, or what job would it have to be for you to basically be like, yeah, fire me, don't pay me my $30 million for another day of this?
Like what kind of job? Picking cotton.
You know. So when my parents picked
My
cotton,
mom picked cotton too.
You got paid by the pound.
Yeah.
And my dad claimed to this day, man, I'll pick 30-something pounds. My mom said, and to this day, she said, he a goddamn liar. Ain't no way he picked 30.
Gerald, what job would have to be that bad where you'd be like, fuck this, I'm not doing no one more day of this, even if $30 million is in the next day?
I'm gonna say a fruit farmer, but
Like picking fruit for like no grapes. Aaron, what would be the job that you would say I can't do this no more? Fuck that.
Drake's next door neighbor. Nick Cannon's hype man. Either one. Like, hey man, $30 million. You gotta be Nick Cannon hype man. You gotta tell the crowd about how good and talented he is.
Come on, dude.
I'm trying to get into heaven still. I fucked up for part of my life. I can't do that.
My job would probably be the person who goes out to whatever secondhand store and buys cassette VHS tapes to give to R. Kelly so he can record his terrible videos. I'd be like, I can't do this no more, R. I seen who you bringing in here, bruh.
R. Kelly, please let me know who you talk to, because I need a VHS because I got these old movies I'm trying to watch. No, real movies though, on VHS. And I'm like, should I throw them out? I don't know no one on a VHS.
You got to call R. Kelly for that. R. Kelly after R. Kelly get out of prison, if R. Kelly ever gets out of prison, he gonna start a VHS repair shop.
He gonna bring Blockbuster back.
Man, I got a VCR repair shop, y'all. Just in case y'all, need to bring out the moldy but goodies, the family
He
videos.
might bring Blockbuster back.
BJ Penn was slated to have another fight, his final fight in the UFC, kind of a farewell, honoring his career type fight. Unfortunately, in the last 2 months or so, there's been a couple videos of different incidences of him fighting people outside of bars and nightclubs. If y'all don't know, BJ Penn was released by the UFC this week because he shouldn't be fighting anymore. Another tidbit, BJ Penn has not won a fight since 2010.
Oh.
Kevin got high for the first time in 2010.
Actually, yes.
Been a lot of weed smoke since that time. A lot of trees have been burnt since that time.
Too many.
BJ Penn, a lot of trees have been burnt since that time.
The Giants and Warriors have had a dynasty. BJ Penn, we hope that you get your stuff together and just live peacefully in retirement.
BJ Penn, I think you could get a fight with, who's the former great boxer, pound for pound, and
James Toney?
No. The one that keeps fighting that shouldn't be fighting no more.
Roy Jones Jr.?
Roy Jones Jr. You could get him in the fight.
I go to WWE because I hear that they're getting what is his name?
Cain Velasquez.
There you go, right there.
Shout out to Cain Velasquez sponsorship. BJ Penn, you go on Bellator. They like to hire all the old washed up fighters that shouldn't be fighting no more. Shout out to Bellator sponsorship. Tekashi 6ix9ine has come out this week, or close associates have come out and said that he plans on trying to restart and resume his career once he gets out of federal prison, and does not want to go into witness protection because of this. He wants to be able to resume his career, but would like 24-hour security.
Who gonna pay for that?
I heard they were willing to pay him to take off the tattoos off his face.
Shout out to Tekashi 6ix9ine. Hey man, if you were gonna, go out into witness protection, I think the only place you can actually make it would be in Bird Box Land. A bunch of niggas blindfolded talking about don't look. Hey, shout out to Tekashi 6ix9ine. I hope you thrive in your new role as a rapper snitch.
That man's gonna thrive.
He's gonna thrive.
He's gonna thrive. He's gonna sell a lot of records once he get out of jail. He's gonna sell a lot of records.
Dude's trash.
People call him like a DMX, kind of like Onyx flow.
Shout out to Tekashi 6ix9ine. Sponsorship.
DMX is actually good and Onyx.
Yeah.
That's what people say though about him. That's his type flow.
Dude's trash.
I'm not a big 6ix9ine fan, but I'm pretty sure when he gets out, even though he snitched, that's not gonna matter.
6ix9ine.
There's been a lot of
Tekashi
snitches.
6ix9ine.
Hey, shout out to Tekashi 6ix9ine. If you do, get that 24-hour security, can you please make sure it's top flight security of the world?
Come on.
Top flight, Craig. Top flight.
Hey, bro, I would love to see Day try to protect that nigga from getting jumped in the street. It's like, there go that snitch.
One of his baby mamas are fine though. I will say that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She is better.
I will throw that out.
Obviously, she sounds like she was someone that was really didn't think about the genes she was getting.
Nah, she was doing bad.
She got 6ix9ine tatted on her shoulder.
Did she?
Yeah, right over here.
We were really spending too much time on
At least she didn't get it on her face. At least she didn't. Oh, shout out to Aaron Carter for getting a tattoo of Rihanna on his face.
A Medusa that looked like a Medusa that looked like
he's gone.
It looked like he got a Hitler mustache.
But did you hear that? What's his name had his brother had came out and said that he had like beat they grandma or some shit like that.
Yeah. Then he came out and said that his brother raped
the grandma. Yeah.
They wildin'.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aaron Carter.
Sounds about white.
I like your Medusa tattoo on the side of your face of Rihanna. It's a good look.
That's supposed to be Rihanna?
The artist who drew it looked like they probably had about a fourth grade art lesson before they decided to draw it on your face.
Man, we need to stop with these face tattoos, people.
It was a big fight weekend. If y'all don't know, it was a big fight weekend. What happened this weekend in Fight Sports? Gerald, there was a boxing match?
There was a boxing match, welterweight. Earl Spence versus Showtime Sean Porter.
Went the distance.
Split decision. But boxing is going to be coming back. It's only big in probably two divisions. I'll say heavyweight is very popular. Welterweight is very popular. I'm trying to think. Maybe is it lightweight with I think Gervonta Davis. Anybody help me out with that? No.
No. What was that dude from Oakland still fighting? What's his name? The one
he retired. Andre Ward retired.
Oh, I thought he signed an exclusive deal to fight with Apple Plus.
Come on. hey, they was be like, man, you can see him only on Google Play.
He was fighting on BET. You telling me Baxter coming back and Andre Ward was fighting on BET in a high school gym?
I'm probably the only one that thinks here that Earl's probably the next big thing.
He is. He's charismatic too.
He about as charismatic as a box of Kleenex.
I'm hoping he. Whoa, okay. They claim he's gonna fight Danny Garcia next. I really don't want to see that fight. But like I think Bud Crawford, who's another good welterweight, still needs a few more fights. Top rank. I don't know. They really can't. I don't know. They just don't know how to market them. I'll just say that. But that'll be a huge fight. I'm hoping that happens. If not, I would love to see Pacquiao take a chance, but I think Pac's too scared. He doesn't want to get knocked out, and that makes perfect sense. So,
hey, shout out to boxing sponsorship. Shout out to boxing. The reason why I don't know any of these fighters other than maybe the heavyweights is because you AB'd yourself.
Oh, who's your favorite heavyweight, man? Sorry to be.
Oh, shout out to none of them because they all can't box very good.
Oh.
Tyson Fury is the best boxer out of all of them.
What
the fuck?
The fuck is?
Are you out of your mind?
Whoa.
He's the best
doesn't watch boxing.
Technical boxer out of all of them.
Obviously, he doesn't watch boxing. Obviously, he doesn't watch boxing.
Whatchamacallit, the one that lost, he's a better boxer than Tyson Fury.
Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
That man's an amazing boxer.
Joshua he doesn't fight nobody. He only fights in the UK and he only fights
England last time and lost.
He has not fought anybody,
his
bro.
Match was Klitschko.
His biggest match was your boy, what's his name? Klitschko's like 40-something years old.
That was his biggest fight.
Okay, so he beat up an old man in the UK.
He didn't beat him up. They had a really good fight.
So then he must not be that good because he can barely beat up an old ass man.
Klitschko is still a beast, man.
Yeah, because the last time I saw Roy Jones Jr. fight as an old man, he was getting rolled out the ring.
The Klitschko's.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm gonna tell you this. His biggest fight was against the dude that knocked him out.
But I feel you. He hasn't fought nobody. Deontay Wilder's a man who's fought everybody. Let's be clear.
Kinda, but he also he's knocked out a bunch of jabronis.
I mean, true, but
if you
the
watch,
question is the heavyweights running from each other?
If you watch,
Anthony Joshua claimed that he wants to fight your boy Tyson Fury next.
Well, he would rather fight him than Wilder because he knows Wilder's gonna knock him out. But
Tyson Fury wants to fight Wilder, which I think Wilder's going to knock him out.
Maybe. Well, the thing is that Fury showed why he's the best boxer out of all of them. He sat there and he peppered him.
He's fighting jabronis, man. What the hell? Who has he fought?
When he fought Wilder, I'm just talking about the Wilder.
I'm talking about the past two fights he had. Who has he fought?
I'm just talking about the Wilder. We already the top.
Nobody.
The top two dudes. If I'm gonna compare apples to apples, I'm gonna get the best apples and compare them. I'm not gonna talk about some apples and oranges. I'm not gonna talk about some eggplants and some stone fruits. We gonna
eggplants and stone fruits.
I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me tell you something. When
you gotta know who you're talking to, man. It's Jared, dog.
Nah, so we're talking. We know who the top fighters are in the heavyweight class, and y'all sitting here trying to act like
okay. Who's the top five? Tell me your top five.
Well, I only know 4 names. It's Ortiz.
It's your boy. Oh, actually, I do know 5. It's Ortiz. It's the Honduran dude, the black dude who almost beat Wilder, Casilla or something like that. Santiago Castigo. Then you got Wilder. Then you got Joshua. Then you got Fury.
Right?
But let me finish though. You want to know? I'm gonna tell you. I watched 2 of them fight each other, and I watched one of them outbox the other for almost the entire fight until he got caught with the left and put on his butt, and he might have lost with the count. I'm not sure, but the entire fight he outboxed that fool. That fool was outboxed, and he finally caught him with something. If you are going to say that Deontay Wilder is a really good technical boxer, then you don't watch boxing. He's not a good technical boxer
at all.
Exactly. He's got crazy ass power, and he has good enough hand-eye coordination to catch fools. But at the same time, he doesn't box. He doesn't throw combination. He doesn't work the body. He's looking for one thing and one thing only: a H-bomb. So that's
does he get it?
Most times.
That's the question. Does he get it?
Well, not when he had the split. When he had the no contest split decision, whatever they want to call it, the draw. He
got it. He knocked Tyson down, man. I watched that fight.
Did you watch the other 11 rounds where he got peppered the whole time?
Yes, I did.
Okay, he got outboxed. You can't tell me he didn't get outboxed.
But he still got knocked out.
Now, this isn't a hard-hitting contest. It's a boxing match.
He still got knocked out.
It's a boxing match, though.
It's kind of a hard-hitting contest.
It is, but no, it's a boxing
And the
match.
heavyweights, we don't want to see them box, man.
Well, then don't ask me about boxing. Just be like, hey, let's talk about Knockout Fest. It's like, hey, man, I do want to see knockouts. But I'm just saying, if you're going to watch the sport, you're going to see who's the better boxer. We know who the better boxer is. Not necessarily the better knockout artist, maybe not the better champion still. He could be a better champion and not be as good a boxer. But Fury boxes.
Until he beats Wilder Joshua, he's not the best.
We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully, I am rooting for the brother. I always root for the brother. I'm rooting for Wilder. But that fight was very apparent that he was being outboxed.
Wilder's going to fight Ortiz, which I didn't want to see either.
Wilder also almost lost to Casillo Santiago de Honduras.
Who is Santiago? Who's that?
See, this is what you don't even know, bro.
He almost lost. The only person
Santiago Casillo Honduran.
The only person he got that guy was Ortiz, who had him staggered.
I'm not worried about Joshua. He ain't leaving the UK to fight nobody.
I'm talking about Wilder. That's the only guy Wilder had trouble with was Ortiz. That's it.
It was Santiago Casillo.
Who the fuck is Santiago Casillo?
The black Honduran dude.
You talking about the dude with the dreads?
No, he's bald. He look like a Donald Foyle. Boy can box though.
Did you see what he did to Dominic Brazil?
Dominic Brazil, bruh, don't even talk to me about Dominic Brazil.
I'm just saying though.
Dominic Brazil looked like an out of shape. What's that dude? Can you feel me in?
Come on, Craig David.
He looked like an out of shape Craig David with a fade and some S curl. That's what he looked like. He is garbage.
He had a fade and an S curl.
Bruh, he had
like Theo Walcott.
Yeah, he's garbage.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Wilder's at 1. It's hard to put Joshua at 2 because he lost to Ruiz. I'm very excited about this rematch just to see. But if Joshua comes out, Joshua claims he wants to fight Tyson Fury. I would love to see that fight.
Everyone wants to fight Joshua. Joshua don't want to come in.
No, Joshua said he wants to fight Fury. That's the next guy he wants. If he beats Ruiz, he wants Fury.
Joshua is like that fighter who got the mama who's worried about him getting sick every time he go outside or getting hurt every time he go outside. So that always comes with an excuse. He's sitting there.
That's right.
He's sitting there in the window.
That's the biggest thing in boxing, man. That kills the sport.
Thank you for overstating why the sport sucks. So it doesn't matter. But Anthony Joshua don't come outside unless mama say he can. And he sit there in the window with his ball in his lap and watch everyone else play.
This is what I'm gonna say right here, man. This is why last night unification is going to be big back in boxing.
Yeah, last night was unification.
Boxing is a dying sport.
I'm saying in heavyweight, that's money. Unification is money, right?
Boxing is dying. It AB'd itself.
Jared's trying to create this now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's trying to kill it, and he ain't got strong enough.
No, you think about it. Boxing was the sport.
I think there's a lot of good fighters coming up, man. Like I said, heavyweight, super middleweight's got a few people.
Yeah.
Welterweight for sure. And I think, like I said, the lightweights, they have like Tank, they got Gary Russell Jr., they got Leo Santa Cruz. There's some good boxers.
Dude,
there's only one women boxer who's destroying. That's Clarissa Shields. I'm gonna throw her out there because she deserves respect. And she got a big fight coming up. I think she has a chance to be a 3-time like division champ. So it's coming up, man. I think it's better than UFC, which just seems like you're a big fan of. But
I like it because I get to see the fighter.
I'll take boxing over UFC too.
Thank you.
I like seeing the best fighters fight each other.
Who's the best fighter in UFC now? I don't even.
Conor McGregor.
No.
You got John Jones still top of his game. Cormier just lost to Stipe Miocic.
Ain't John Jones about to get like suspended again?
No.
He will somehow.
Man, ain't boxing about to AB itself again and not have its best fighters fight each other because promoters are trying to hold all the cards?
I don't think it's...
No, listen. The sport killed itself because it allowed promoters.
It's not
No. It's dying. It is I've been saying it for a while now. It's a dying sport, and if you think that you can watch The Dying Star if you want. It's a nice show. I've seen it. What was that movie with all the people in space, and they're like, we can watch A Dying Star tonight. Like
that's
what you
stars,
can do.
man. That's what I'm saying. Deontay Wilder's a star.
Deontay Wilder is a star right now. He's been doing it for a while.
Errol Spence is a star.
No, he's not a star. The only reason I know about Errol Spence is because I seen him on a Cowboys game because they invited him to come to the field. That doesn't mean he's a star.
He's from Texas. What
Exactly. I'd never heard of him before that. Football made me know who Errol Spence was.
So you didn't see him fight Mikey Garcia?
If you're gonna tell me that makes you a star, then go ahead. Be like, all right, he Kardashian's way into being a star. He rode somebody else's field to get his stardom for a lot of people. Because I didn't know who that nigga was.
Dog. It's Jared, man.
I'm just telling you, man. You gotta listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying, man. He a star, man. I seen him as an extra on the Mickey Mouse Club back in '92. He a star.
Hey.
Like, no, nigga, he is not a star.
Check the check the pay-per-view buys, and you tell me, man.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Simple as that.
I'm gonna tell you this.
The next rising stars are coming up. They're not getting Mayweather buys, but the next stars are coming up.
I'm gonna tell you this. Boxing killed itself because we don't get the fights we want.
We're gonna get the fights. That's what I'm telling you, man. Unification. Last night, unification is gonna show, man. You gotta think about this. Pacquiao has a belt, right? He's probably gonna fight Mikey Garcia.
He get a belt.
No. Here's the other thing. Can I get to my other point? Let me get to my other point before you continue to go off and talk about absolutely what I already said. Is that Gerald? Boxing also has more federations than I have channels that are free on my TV. Back when I was growing up, you had KTVU, ABC, you had KQMB, KQED, you had all these different channels. Boxing has like quadruple that amount of conferences, federations, whatever you want to call it. All these champions, muddy in the waters. And then because you have so many people who are champions of different things and they crossing over things, it's like, man, well, I ain't giving up this belt for that. I ain't giving up this belt for that. Ain't nobody trying to fight each other.
I think it's a lot of money. You just got to think. Like,
ain't nobody trying to fight each other.
It's got to be right, man. Top rank promotion is not right.
See, you talking about promoting right now. I don't care about promoting. I care about the sport. I care about the fighting. The fighting is what matters, not the promotion.
Jared,
what are you saying?
He's not going to stick to the point y'all arguing about. I promise
the right promotion is going to
get the new point every time.
They don't get the right fights on a regular basis.
You're a new point now. This was not the old point.
But that is what it's building up to. That is what I'm telling you now, man.
But no. Boxing has been corrupted. It is run by its promoters. It is not people who are actual experts on the art of boxing. There's not experts on who deserves to fight who based upon the rankings. That does not matter. It's the promoter's job to do that, and they're the ones who choose along with the fighter signing the contract. They don't have a real ranking system that makes people fight each other.
Don't choose a ranking. But the WBC and the W, all those choose a ranking.
You can't WBC, WIF, WBB,
Ring Magazine chooses.
BDC. But what I'm saying is like they don't have a real ranking system, so you don't necessarily make fighters fight each other. That's the point. They don't do that.
They do have a ranking system. What?
They don't have a ranking system. They don't have a ranking system that makes them fight the next person in line. They don't have to fight the next person in line. Yes, they have ranking systems.
In Gerald's world, they have
various ranking systems.
There's
mandatories. They have mandatories. You have to respect the mandatories.
What's the mandatory? Fight somebody garbage, and so we don't really care about.
That's not the fault that person in that title that you're holding is ranked at that person. I mean, you can't do anything about that, can you?
If you're the fighter, you can tell your promoter, "I want to fight this dude."
Okay, but it's money basis too, though, right?
Okay, so that's why the sport is dying because you're only worried about the money.
I mean, the fights are going to happen, but it's got to happen on an equal term, right? So, I mean, this Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder fight should have been happened, correct?
There's several fights that should have been happened. There's a lot of fights that should have been happened.
What else should have happened?
Mayweather and Pacquiao should have fought before they got old. Canelo, what's his name? Triple G should have fought before Triple G got way old.
Triple G he's still in good prime. What are you talking about? That first fight, that was a good fight.
He's old. He's getting old. Dude, you want your boxers, you don't want a dude past his mid-30s fighting, trying to fight a dude who's in his late 20s. Like, there's a big difference. Now, Canelo's fought a lot of fights. He's fought like 150 some fights, right? Hella fights. But what I'm saying is that you have boxers who aren't choosing who they want to fight based on like the honor, like I want to prove I'm the best. There's a mentality that has changed in boxing, and the mentality is dictated by the promoter. That's why the sport is dying, because the money that they're so-called making, which they're getting less and less return on, which they're making less and less, is because they're running it into the goddamn ground. The promoters took over the sport. The promoters have basically diluted the sport to where the sport is not relevant anymore. It's losing relevance.
But there's certain promoters though.
I don't care.
So what
They
should
run
they
the
do?
sport. That's the problem.
The problem
So
is they do need one commission to run.
they
the
need a
sport.
commission
They
to say
one
you guys need to
overall
fight,
commission.
or maybe two commissions that have fighters under whatever different thing. But they need to have
need
something
one.
where it makes sense of who's fighting who. It's not we're in negotiations right now.
They need
Oh
to get
man,
rid
no,
of some
he
of
ain't
the
ready to come
belts.
down here. No, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna put my title on the line to that dude if he's not willing to go on my perfect stipulations. It's like no, you guys want to be the best fighter, be the best fighter, and I don't think fighters think that way.
That's all I'm saying. Unification is
I
going to
think
be
what
big.
they gotta do is
It's
once
gonna
they
bring sport
unify
back.
it, they need to just get rid of one of the belts. Just
Of
create
course.
one belt.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's gonna work. The problem is we've had unification before, and then what did they do to try to get more hype? They started splitting it again.
They got all them belts,
and
bro.
that's all that
But that's what I'm saying.
Too many
Deontay
belts.
Wilder said that. That's what he's pushing
I've seen
for.
dudes I ain't never
One
heard
belt.
of walk to the ring with the belt with about 48 different flags on it and being like, like whose belt is that? Who did he beat?
But that's what I'm saying. That's
that's a
one thing Deontay Wilder
WCWF.
wants. Deontay Wilder wants one belt. He feels there should only be one belt and one champion. And that's how you go through that one person, which it should be. And it possibly could happen. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a few divisions that can happen and maybe a spark, and we'll see.
It muddles up your sport. It makes it really confusing for people who want to watch it and enjoy it when you're like, hey man, that's the heavyweight champion. You're like, nah, nigga, I'm a heavyweight champion on this side. No. Over here, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world too. Like, nah, you don't want several people like, let me throw my hat in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want one good chicken sandwich. I don't need a Luther. What I need is a real champion. Shout out to Popeye sponsorship. Cutty Corner shout outs. Cutty Corner shout outs. This is our opportunity to take the floor to or we get the platform to complain, vent, or just call out something that is whack and not tight. It's derived from some weed we got from a dealer in New York named Cutty. Shout out to New York sponsorship, who has some Bama weed. So we call out things that are Bama.
It's time for
We're burning now.
God, if you let it in, hell,
So cold and bleeding now, now, now.
I'm in for this, man.
Gonna let you down.
He had sex with my mama.
We're broken people now.
I just said I need a Becky
All right.
You
Cutty Corner shout outs. Cutty Corner shout outs. Aaron,
yeah.
what is your Cutty Corner shout
I
out?
got one shout out, and I got to give it a good shout out too to balance it out. I want to give a shout out to Megan Rapinoe. Forgot to put it down.
Oh, yeah,
For,
we were supposed to talk about that.
Yeah, her FIFA speech.
Are you doing a
where-
positive Cutty Corner shout out then?
No, because I'm gonna throw on another part to it. real
Okay,
quick.
all right.
But this is more positive. Yeah, her speech. She made a speech after winning FIFA Footballer of the Year, where she was looking great, rocking the purple hair, and she gave a call out, and she basically called people out. She's called out against sexism, homophobia, and racism in soccer. She used names. She dropped names. She talked about being inspired by Raheem Sterling and several other black players that play in the Italian league and how that needs to change. She shout out to the blue girl who set herself on fire because she wasn't allowed to play soccer, so in front of the stadium out in the Middle East. I mean, she really did the thing. It was a great speech. It was inspirational. She's been really, really positive. So that's my positive Cutty Corner shout out. My other Corner shout out goes out to I don't know who, just people in cafes now, man. I'm tired of going to cafes and it feels like I'm in the library. Like I start talking, and if I'm with somebody, I start talking, and then everybody look up off their computers like, what is this dude doing here talking? Don't he know we in a cafe? It's like, no, we not in a cafe. We in a cafe. I'm allowed to talk. Like I went to a cafe the other day, and High Wire Cafe on San Pablo, and everybody had a computer except one old dude, and everybody was looking at me crazy because I was just having a conversation. I wasn't even loud. If I gotta pay $4 for a cup of coffee, and then another $6 to get a goddamn small croissant, then I should be allowed to talk, and everyone shouldn't look at me crazy. So for all the new cafe users, before Wi-Fi was offering cafe, we talked.
Gerald, what is your Cutty Corner shout out?
I got a lot of random shit I'm about to say for my Cutty Corner. So first, I want to shout out my Niners, man. We're first place in the division right now. I don't know how long that's been, but I know it's been a hell of a long time since we've been first place. So shout out to my Niners for that. On another note, I guess on a negative note, to all the guys out there who are subscribing to these ladies on Snapchat and everything, It's free porn out there, man.
Oh, it's paying for it.
What's going on, guys? what are we coming up to, man? Like you paying for non-nudes.
That's the sick
Non-nudes. You can see
can't look at a
non-nude
bitch's
on free
panties.
porn. I'm still confused.
You could find their nudes on those.
Exactly.
So, I don't know what you're doing
Someone
out there,
call
brothers,
me
but get your game right. And on another positive note, I guess it's not really a shout out, but for self-growth, do something that scares you every day, people. All right? Take a chance. Don't be afraid to. That's it from G Money.
My Cutty Quarter shout out is to people's opinions, dog. Like, I don't know, man. We are in a huge opinionated time right now where like everybody's view and opinions on something, it matters. And it's like, oh, if you don't accept my opinion or if you don't agree with my opinion, then you're wrong and you're a sexist or a racist or a homophobe because you don't agree with my opinion. Fuck your opinion, okay? That's where I'm at. I'm tired of listening to other people's opinion. I try to keep my opinion to myself most of the time, unless I'm talking to my friends and my family, because that's the only time where, it's a little bit more open, But to the world, man, I ain't got time to be telling y'all how I feel, because you motherfuckers too sensitive. Everybody's so soft. We are living in a very soft time right now where you can't say nothing. You can't even smile at somebody while being, too aggressive. Like, we are at a soft time. A bunch of soft people and with soft ass opinions. All right, fuck y'all opinions. Fuck your feelings, and man up, grow up, men and women, grow up. Okay, quit being so goddamn soft. I'll give you something positive. Love yourself, goddammit. That's a big problem with the world. No one wants to love themselves for who they are originally. God made you who you are for a fucking reason. You're naturally born that way. Okay, love it.
Shout out to the Santa Anita Raceway sponsorship for having its 32nd horse die since December on its track due to injuries and then being euthanized. Now, if there's one thing that I know is going to happen every time there's opportunity, you know what I'm saying, it's Ben Roethlisberger is probably going to try and sneak into a women's restroom. We know Tekashi 6ix9ine is probably going to tell on somebody who's jaywalking once he gets out. And a horse is going to die on the Santa Anita racetrack every weekend. And you think about it, the season just started 2 days ago. And a horse died.
Yeah, that's cold.
2 days later. Santa Anita racetrack. Y'all need to figure out what's wrong with your soil. Or, how about this? Just don't do races there anymore. It's proven. It's proven it's going to become a pet cemetery. Pet Cemetery 18. Santa Anita racetrack. That's what they need to do, because Santa Anita keeps, for some reason, trotting horses out there. And if you think about it, 32 horses in the span of less than 10 months. 10 months. That's basically one horse a week. One horse a week. So basically 4 horses a month, pretty much, because they close for a part of the season. They just opened back up after being closed for a couple months, right?
Yeah.
So from December to like middle of March or whatever, beginning of summer, they close for however many weeks and months they close, and they start back up and more horses dying. You basically killing horses at a phenomenal rate. Kevin, give me some of the Bed Bath & Beyond coupons though,
Man,
bro.
I'm not getting fired for no Bed Bath & Beyond.
You can't. You know you got some laying around. They got some laying around. Return to
Get
senders.
fired for stealing mail, period.
But what about return to senders? They get thrown away, right?
No, they get sent back to the company.
That's not no.
Actually, they
The
get
post
sent back
office
to the
got the
company.
sender, Jared.
No, it's not. We don't come back to us.
Hey, man,
We're not
it say
saying
return to sender.
Yeah,
You bring
yeah,
that shit open now.
it's just
bring
a
that
bucket
box
in there
over to my
somewhere.
house.
No.
I just want to say shout out High Score 510,
Oh, thank you.
Jared and Aaron, and hopefully on that
Black owned podcast.
Black-owned business, man. If you go to a black-owned month, you could be on the podcast.
Yeah.
since Jared's been talking about all this Apple TV, hopefully they bring back Celebrity Deathmatch on that shit or something like that.
I'm out. That'll be tight.
Yeah, that was Tyler.
Aaron, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'm happy. Gerald, Box Kev, back in the house again.
You know it.
Yeah.
Gerald here wearing his true Clipper colors today. He got a Steve Ballmer outfit on.
Come on, bro. He's stupid.
If
Man.
we had a camera, you could see it.
Warriors.
Warriors, baby. Hey,
Shout out Draymond Green one more time, man.
Yeah, hey,
Draymond
sponsorship.
Green. All I gotta say is Draymond Green. If you out there, if Draymond Green I was about to issue a challenge. I will wear a Draymond Green jersey, but I can't. I don't know any challenge.
How about this? If he surpasses the amount of triple doubles he had in his career season, where he had the most triple doubles this season, then you gotta wear a Draymond Green.
No, it has to be something.
And I have a Draymond Green jersey for you.
No, I got that.
Oh, you got one? So I ain't got to buy it? Okay, then I'll do that.
And I got that Draymond Green big head at the office. You
He
can
has
carry.
to have
We're gonna go to a
Draymond
game.
Green.
Well, you're gonna go to a game and you're gonna wear a Draymond Green jersey and carry that
That's
big
his
head
most
around.
triple-
Who buying them tickets?
Jared buying us tickets. You heard it here on the
Okay.
show.
Hey,
Jared,
hold
all
on.
right, have a good day.
This is great.
Jared's buying us 5 tickets.
Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, Jason, you got anything fly on the wall? Hey, you know what? Shout out to Jason.
Shout out to Jason.
for actually being a fly on the wall and not like our first fly on the wall last season, who just kept jumping in and talking to cut people off. Jason, man, you got anything to say to our fans out there?
Drop the beer.
Quick shout out. We're at the Cal game, me, Aaron, and Jared the other night. And I got a shout out to Father of the Year. This dude at the end of the game, after the game, was running down the stairs carrying his son, trying to, I guess, entertain his son with his hands halfway down his ass, and could have easily just
Back.
He had a true sad one.
killed his kid.
Yeah.
He could have.
So
That would've-
shout out to Parent of the Year. Oh boy, at the
That is a perfect cutting corner right there.
Yeah, dude, I was like, is he really doing that?
He
Like,
was running with his kid in his hand downstairs.
Have y'all seen the video of the dude bungee jumping, holding his daughter, but she's not attached no harness at all?
Did they take her away from him?
They should. It was on Twitter and it was scary shit.
oh, send that shit,
I'll
please.
send it to you.
Hey, thank you for listening to our show. We hope
She's
you
nothing.
liked it.
She's
Check
not
us out.
harnessed to nothing, dog. He's just giving her the biggest bear hug in the world, and she's a little girl. Look how little she is.
She's tiny. She's like a little dog.
You get Kevin on Poon
That's
Pal
sick.
Surprise Instagram.
Nope. Return to Pal, people. Return to Pal.
Hey,
It's your boy at
of the Pal, all
at
one
the
word.
Incredible G. Also
Yeah.
hit us on our comedy page.
yeah, all comedy.
All comedy.
comedy.
Don't
Hey.
forget that's A.L.L comedy. If that was too hard.
All comedy. Yeah, check them out. We are friends on the Insta page. Check us out. Check them out. They be putting out some funny stuff. And
We got some shit coming soon too.
Yeah.
But that's
Kevin's gonna play Keenan Thompson. Hey, thank you for listening to the show. Check us out on Stitcher, Podbean, and iTunes, of
iTunes,
course.
baby.
And have a great week. We will leave you with this.
When you go to prison, the most important thing in your life is going to be booty. A man's butt. Booty, getting some booty, is more important than eating food. It's more important than drinking water. If I see a man I like, I tell him like this here. I like you, and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours. What's it gonna be? I asked you a question, Tom. I don't want to answer. Excuse me, I didn't hear you, Tom. I said I don't want to answer. I don't want to do this anymore.
Vice News came out with a documentary. You gotta watch it.
Just watch it. It's about a
quick. It's on
general butt
YouTube.
naked.
It's called the warlords, cannibalistic warlords of Liberia, and it's crazy. Just hearing about Liberia, how it goes. It's a quick documentary, but it's good. And then you get to meet my man, Jason Balahi.
His name was
General
Butt Naked.
Because I was naked, because I fought naked.
He fought naked. He really fought naked. There's pictures online of him fighting naked.
Well, essentially, yeah, they talk about him and his story. It's like his redemption story of building a church and trying to help his young boy warriors that he had to deal with PTSD and find the Lord. And he's a very interesting story. I find some inspiration. I also know some people are like, he was a mass murderer. Why you can't find inspiration? And I'm like, where the story is going, like he's more inspirational than some of these people. He's more inspirational to me than like Brock Turner, who saying.
Brock Turner was inspirational.
Brock Turner, a piece of shit, and he living his life.
For being Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger looked at that and thought maybe he was doing the right thing.
We should create an award called the Roethlisberger, and then we can give him out to different.
But we should. That sounds bad already. You know it's bad already.
Well,
we should not create no award.
What? The Roethlisbergies, and we hand them out like, we honor somebody with it who is a terrible human being.
No, but they're not.
We don't do that? No, that's not. That's not
Let's
good.
just try to move past the terrible human beings instead of giving out awards.
We always need to make sure people don't forget. Never forget. You know what I'm saying? 9/11 just happened a couple weeks ago. Never forget, okay? Terrible people we cannot forget. It's learn the lessons that we can learn from them.
Right. And the victims aren't going to forget.
Hey, victim and niggas never going to forget. White folks gonna forget. Don't worry.
Niggas. But anyways, back to KD. Were we talking about KD?
We're talking about General Butt Naked.
We were talking about KD.
We're talking about KD maybe playing a game naked.
Yeah. He needs to play naked so that he could just disappear from all the critics.
I will stop watching basketball.
Man, they call it Mandingo NBA. It's a Mandingo fight. There's a Mandingo party going on in there.